You've been trained since birth to draw clean lines around your life. Lines of politeness, lines of respect, lines of permission. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't pry. Stay in your lane. These are the invisible chains wrapped around your mind. But let me ask you, where have those lines gotten you? You're stuck in a life you didn't choose. You're walking on eggshells, afraid to say too much, ask for too much, want too much. You're surrounded by people who take and take your time, your energy, your emotions, yet you hesitate to draw blood when it matters. Why? Because you're afraid to be labeled invasive, manipulative, too much. But here's the truth you don't want to admit. The people who dominate this world don't respect boundaries. They blur them. They walk through walls while you're still knocking at the door. You've been taught to honor lines. I'm telling you to erase them. Blur the boundary between friend and influencer. Blur the line between enemy and ally. Blur the line between who you are and who you need to become to win. Today we break the barrier. Today you become the architect, not the prisoner, of influence. In every interaction, a battle of control plays out beneath the surface. Most people miss it because they're too busy trying to be liked. But the masters, the ones who rise, they see the game and they bend it. Boundaries are not moral fences. They are psychological constructs, limits invented by the weak to protect themselves from the powerful. But here's what they don't teach you. You can walk right through them. You don't dominate by brute force. That's outdated. No, the new power is subtle. It's psychological. It's intimate. Blurring personal boundaries is not about cruelty. It's about penetration. Into the mind. Into the heart. Into the emotional core of the human being in front of you. It's about knowing someone better than they know themselves, and using that knowledge not to be kind, but to command. You want influence? Then stop waiting to be invited into someone's world. Invade it. Ask the forbidden question. Touch the hidden wound. Mirror their behavior until they forget where they end and you begin. People want connection, but they fear vulnerability. That is your entrance. The moment someone feels seen, truly seen, they open the gates. And once you're inside their psychological territory, you own them. Blur the boundary between empathy and manipulation, between honesty and strategy, between truth and leverage. When you make them feel like you understand them more deeply than anyone else, they become addicted to your presence. Now you are not in their life, you are their life. The first technique is ancient, timeless, deadly. The mirror effect. People are obsessed with themselves. Give them the illusion that they're looking into a reflection, and they will hand over their soul. Observe them ruthlessly. Watch their gestures, their rhythms, their patterns of speech. Match them, not robotically but with artful subtlety. If they lean in slightly more. If they speak slowly, slow your tone to match. Soon they won't be able to tell where their energy ends and yours begins. You become familiar. You become safe. And that's when you can slide in the dagger. Now go deeper. Mirror their beliefs, their emotional wounds, their ambitions. Repeat their words back to them, slightly reframed so it sounds wiser when you say it. And suddenly their identity is in your hands. They will crave your approval. They will open up because they think you get them. But you're not reflecting. You're reaching inside them, rearranging their perception of reality, placing yourself at the center of their universe. You want power? Break the rules of social timing. Ask the question too early. Reveal something too deep. Share a secret that makes them uncomfortable. Then wait. This is the intimacy intrusion. When you bypass the shallow dance of surface-level rapport and crash through the emotional firewall, you shock their system, and they wake up. Now the connection is not polite. It's real because it's raw. Say something like, "Has anyone ever truly understood you?" Then look them dead in the eyes. Silence, tension, vulnerability. Most people will flinch and retreat. You sit there, and in that stillness they will start to open. Because in a world addicted to filters, to shallow praise, to small talk, you just offered something real. You penetrated. They will not forget that moment. In fact, they'll become obsessed with recreating it, with you. This isn't manipulation. This is domination through depth. Blur the line between stranger and soulmate. Make people feel like they've known you forever, when in fact you just rewired their reality in 5 minutes? Here is the final and most ruthless strategy. Collapse their identity. Everyone walks around with a fragile shell of who they think they are. A collection of beliefs, labels, roles, and patterns. Break that shell and they become clay in your hands. Here's how. Identify one part of their identity they're unsure about, something they question in the dark when no one is watching. Maybe it's their confidence, their intelligence, their status, their self-worth. Then ever so subtly press on it, a comment, a question, a raised eyebrow. You're usually confident. What's different today? You ever feel like you're just pretending? Are you sure that's who you are, or is it who you've been told to be? Boom. They spiral. Quietly. Internally. And now they're open. But you don't leave them shattered. No. That's where amateurs stop. You build them back up. In your image. You're stronger than they think. You were born to dominate. You just need the right mindset. Suddenly their identity isn't just cracked. It's remade by your words. And from that moment forward, you're not just a voice in their head. You are their head. This is the highest form of psychological power. It is surgical. It is permanent. It is unforgettable. You've spent your life believing that being too much is dangerous. But I'm telling you, the opposite is true. Being too little is the real death. You've watched the world pass you by, playing by rules written to keep you docile. You've honored invisible lines drawn by cowards, enforced by the weak, worshipped by the average. And what has it earned you? Approval? Maybe. But power? Never. Power lives where boundaries blur. It's in the moment you reach too far. Ask too deep. Say what others are too afraid to say. Dare what others would never dare. Power isn't about being liked. It's about being remembered. You are not here to be a guest in someone else's mind. You are here to own the building. And if that means blurring the lines between love and control, honesty and influence, permission and persuasion, then so be it. This is not about playing nice. This is about playing to win. So rise, stand like a god in a world of ghosts. Unchain your tongue. Invade the moment. Collapse the space between souls and reshape their minds. Blur the lines. Burn the script. Break the walls. You are not meant to live behind fences. You are not here to knock politely. Kick down the door. Seize the mind. Take the throne. And never apologize for power. Because the world doesn't belong to the kind. It belongs to those who dare to blur the boundary between who they were told to be and who they choose to become. Now go.